Yep. I am Mangusu, and today I would like to teach you about dance competitions and giving you the best advice to succeed and exceed and excel and I have quite a bit of experience myself. Plus, I have a dancer, audience member, judge, host once. Now, this is the things is mostly my opinion and not definite things. There's not like there are things that all judges are looking for. These are mostly things that can really help improve your routine and competition experience to be the best it can be. Not dance teacher, but I have a lot of experience and I can tell you some good tips to have a good time at a dance competition. Ding, ding. Tip number 1. This is a very big one because you gotta be big. That's right, you gotta exaggerate your movements. Whoa. Your arms should go all the way out. Extend, extend, extend. Because you're wearing a fluffy suit and your movements get lost in all that fluff and fur. So what you gotta do is to make sure your movements have powerful pathways. Powerful pathways. Just be big with it. Just put some more oomph in it. Because otherwise, if you do these minute things, it might get lost in your suit. Especially for full suiters and people with padding on, which is hard to get your body through the body you're wearing. Dance competition tip number 2. Take these off. Do not bring badges onto the dance floor. These just get in the way and they fling everywhere. You might lose one and it's just distracting. It doesn't add anything to your performance. So just remember, take those off and leave those behind backstage. They won't get stolen. We'll look after it for you. You'll just be on stage for about 3 minutes and you'll be right back. Take your badges off. Tip number 3. Don't give people the clap. What I mean is, don't start the clap. It's really cliche about this point. If your song has that kind of beat where you can just go, people will naturally do it. It just seems desperate sometimes when you see a fursuiter start circling around the dance floor, hunched over and clapping, trying to beg people to please put your hands into the performance because I don't know what to do at this point. And that shows. Don't start a clap. They will start it for you. So, tip number 4 is to remember to move your head because your head is a great instrument in the performance of performing. Your head is a very big part of dance comps, and what you got to do is to remember to emote in it. You got to make sure that you're getting their attention with your big ol' eyes and your cute muzz. A lot of people get in their own head sometimes thinking about what they're going to dance to next, and it just kind of distances themselves from the audience and disconnects them. So it's really good to remember to include your head in bits. You try to add that into your dance and emote with your movements. And try not to fix it too much. I know things will slip around while you're dancing if your head's a little loose. This, it's noticeable. Tip number 5. Gymnastics are risky. It's great to have some power move in your set. And that really does get people's attention. But don't overdo it. If you're a b-boy or if you are really good at doing flips, awesome. But don't make that your entire performance. You gotta remember, this is for dancing, and we want to see the music come to life. We want to see you bring the music to life. And it's really hard to keep a rhythm if you're just flipping around everywhere. Because if you can't control your body, you can't control your music. Tip number 6. Get one of these. Having a good dark Under Armour or Zentai suit or Lycra skin is really good to help keep the magic. Because when you're moving around a lot, sometimes those seams just kind of extend too far and separate, then you skin! It's just a good little detail that can make the most of your performance and keep the magic while you're still busting the move. They don't need to show off all your human bits to the audience and keep the furry magic alive. Tip number 7 is try not to be too repetitive. You know, I like to liken dancing and dance move sets to fighting game move sets, and you gotta try not to do the same combo over and over again, if you know what I mean. You gotta try to think of as many different moves and ways to captivate the audience as you can. Bring them some variety. You know, some people are all arms, and other people are all floor movement and footwork. So try to change it up as much as you can. These next 3 kind of all go together. And it's all about your actual song choice and how it flows. You want to make sure you edit your song, and you want to not over-edit your song. So what I mean is give your song a good flow. You know, you don't want to have your song be this long build-up and then a bit at the end. Because what you got there is the audience just waiting and waiting, and you just kind of didn't make the most of your time that way. A lot of dancers like to also do song swaps, where they swap the track out to switch to another song so they could like get 2 songs in and jump to the climax of both songs, get the most energy out of them. But sometimes that takes away from the performance too, because they're swapping out too many songs. I'd say 3 is the max that you should ever do. Some fursuiters or dancers will just like swap in 4 or 5 different tracks, and you're not really getting anything out of it in the long term. Sometimes we're trying to just get a laugh out of the audience. Like they'll throw a meme in there for this song, and like, haha, I just did Gangnam Style for 13 times. If your song tracks actually can go together and tell a story, your audience will love you. My last thing I'd like to add on to that with your music choice is to make sure it ends well and that you end well. So give it a good strong ending and hit that pose at the end. So that's the last thing they'll remember. You want to close the deal. Heelys, face reveals, head turns. Alright, we jumped around a bit, but this is technically rule number 11. Gimmicks are great. Try to limit it to just one. I do gimmicks all the time. I usually have like one prop in my whole thing. There's one time I threw a cup of glitter, and there's another performance that I had a whole ribbon I danced with, and there's another performance that I did on a yoga mat. So, try not to be too extra. Just a little extra is great. Because we're fursuiters, we're big animals. We can be extra, but there's too extra. Every fursuiter doesn't have to go up to the judge's table, harass them, and then jump off the table or the stage.
Disqualified.
Hydration and going to the bathroom before you get in suit. You're gonna get plenty of hydration. No, we always take care of you at the dance comp. Remember to actually drink the water, of course. But before the dance comp, go to the bathroom. You're gonna be stuck in this back room for a long time. Depending on the con size, dance comps will be like 2 hours or more. You gotta use the bathroom. It's just no fun to hold it in. This next tip, I think most people struggle with, and that's being nervous. Getting up on that stage, it's gonna be fine. They can't see you being nervous. You can't see them see you being nervous. You got a big mask on. Your face is what you need to become. You need to become whatever that music is playing. And there's no one for you to judge about that. The lights are too bright to even see them. And they haven't seen your dance before anyway, so this is all new to them. If you forget a move, they're not going to realize it, really. Anything you do, and any dancing you do ensue on that dance floor, it's going to look adorable because of this mug right here. And finally, the most important lesson of all is have fun. That's all dance competitions are. It's big animals having fun on stage. Forget about the competition. You made it on that stage, and now you're here to entertain the audience. And you want to entertain them the best you can, and not for a title. Because we don't get paid for this anyways. So don't worry about the judging whatsoever. Have fun.
That's just the way you make me feel.
But let's come in, let me show you everything I have. This is just the hallway, you know, take your shoes off.